Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely well. Guys, in this video we will be seeing Wipro interview questions and their answers. Okay, so if you are also going to appear for your Wipro interview soon, this video is going to be very helpful for you, as I have taken the most important and the most asked questions in this interviews. Okay, and these questions are taken from the actual interview experiences of the candidates who have recently appeared for the Wipro interviews. So make sure to watch the video till complete end so that you get to know if you are also getting the same questions into your interviews, how can you answer them. Okay, and if you have any doubts in any of the part, you can ask me in the comment section. Before we start the video, if you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as I regularly upload these kinds of helpful videos for all of you. Also, there is a complete playlist on my channel related to Wipro. Make sure to check that. I have already shared a lot of interview experiences in this playlist. It will be very helpful for you. So without wasting any time, let's get started with today's questions. So as always, first question that you will be getting is can you please give me a little introduction, or can you please introduce yourself? So see, this is the answer which the candidate has given. Now this is one sample answer which I have taken for you so that you can also prepare your introduction in this way. Okay. So see, the answer that the candidate gave was, sure, my name is and I'm passionate about coding and problem solving. I have experiences Java, Python and JavaScript, and I enjoy working on web development and data structures. Apart from coding, I also love debugging. I also love blogging about tech trends and programming concepts. See, notice that here mentioned about blogging. Okay, we will notice this in the upcoming questions that the interviewer will ask him questions on blogging also. So yeah, one sample template for you is this one. So you can say in this way also you can give your introduction, like I am and your name, a recent graduate in BTech from so and so university. During my studies, I developed a strong interest in like coding or like specific technologies also you can mention. I have worked on projects related to web development or any technology that you have worked on, which helped me gain insights in like technologies, like so and so technologies you can mention. I'm eager to apply my knowledge and skills in a professional setting, and I'm excited about the opportunity to grow with the organization. Apart from this, you can also speak about your educational qualifications. If you have a good CGPA or percentages, you can even mention that also, but if you have low, don't mention the exact count of CGPA or percentage. In this way, you have to take this template and prepare your introduction. Okay, so I would say this will be very helpful, because if you try to customize it or prepare according to your case, then it will be very helpful. Okay, otherwise it might sound like you have copied it from somewhere, so it should not sound like so. Let's see the next question that we have. The next question, as I told you, right, based on the introduction only it was, which is, where do you blog now? So see, this kinds of question you can expect. Okay, whatever you speak in your introduction, so this is kind of good also, because in this way you can give the direction to your interview. Basically, for example, I get many queries that I am proficient in Python, but I'm not good with Java. So what if interviewer will ask me questions on Java? See, first of all, interviewers very rarely ask you directly questions on a particular language. Okay, they will usually ask, what is your preferred language? So you can say at that time, my preferred language is Python or so and so, and then you can tell the answers of the codes or any concepts which are asked in Python language, right? But the other case is, if you are still worried, what you can do while giving your introduction, you can mention specifically that this is my preferred language. In that way, what will happen? You are kind of telling them and fitting this in their subconscious mind that this person knows Python, so I will ask questions on Python. Okay, so that is the case. Okay, now let's see what can be the answer for this question. So where do you blog? So I actively write on platforms like Medium, Hashnode, and my personal blog, where I share articles on JavaScript frameworks, coding best practices, and interview experiences. So something like this. Okay, you also can mention not about blogging, but if you are doing something extracurricular which can be mentioned in an interview, so you can also include that in your introduction, and then something like some discussion around that can also happen. Let's see the next question that we have. Which programming languages do you know? Okay, so see, I told you, right, usually this type of question will be asked, which is your preferred programming language, which programming language do you know? So you can answer it here that I'm proficient in Java, Python and JavaScript, and have experience in web development and backend APIs. Now one more answer for this one will be, for example, some of you might think that I'm very good with Python, okay, but moderately or very basic with Java, right? So in this case, you have to tell it, okay, like I'm proficient in Python and basics of Java, or know Java at a basic level, something like that you have to show. Otherwise, if you are saying both, there is high possibility that you might get a question on Java, but then you are having basic knowledge of Java only, right? So you should make it very clear while you are giving the answers only. Okay, and yeah, this kinds, this much of answers are more than enough. Okay, you don't have to speak too long. For example, for an introduction, you can say like around 40 to 60 seconds at max, and then for these kinds of small questions, 2 or 3 sentences answers are more than enough. Okay, and if they want you to speak more, they will ask. So don't over speak also. That is also not a good thing. Okay. Now next question is, tell me something about Java. So see, this guy told Java in his preferred language. So now he is getting the questions on Java. Let's see what can be the answer for this one. Java is a high level object oriented programming language known for its platform independence due to Java virtual machine. It is widely used for enterprise application, Android development and backend systems. Okay. Moving on to the next question now. What is object oriented programming? Object oriented programming on OOPS is a programming paradigm which is based on objects and classes. It helps in code reusability, modularity, and better maintainability by using concepts like encapsulations, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. Now, if you notice one thing, he has asked questions on object-oriented programming because Java is a supporting OOPS, right? And Java has all this concept. So that's what, if you see the pattern, whatever the guy is answering, based on that, the next question is getting arised. Okay. So, which is very good, I think, I would say in one term, because you know, you will know, right? Whatever you are speaking, you will know that part, right? So you are not getting any unexpected questions, right? So see, in the last answer, he told about encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism, which are the concepts of OOPS. So next question he is getting on those topics only, which is encapsulation and abstraction. Let's see what can be the answer for this one. Encapsulation is basically wrapping data and methods into a single unit or class and restricting direct access to the data. Example is using private variables and getter or setter methods. Next is your abstraction. Abstraction is what? Abstraction is hiding implementation details and showing essential features. Example is abstract classes and interfaces in Java. So in this way, you can answer, okay, like you can be asked questions on different OOPS concepts also, so you have to answer in the same way. Tell me the difference between errors and exception. So see, this is a very tricky question, or not a tricky also, but you know, maybe if you suppose right now we are preparing, so you might know this answer going forward. But what if you are getting this type of question for the first time for which you don't know the answer? Okay, I would say that instead of bluffing around, you can even say, if you have no idea about the question only, you can say simply that, okay, I can't recall or I don't know the answer at the moment. So then they will move on to the next question. No need to waste any time. Okay. Let's see the answer for this one. Errors are issues beyond user control. For example, stack overflow error, out of memory error. These are like categories of errors. Okay. Now we have exceptions. Exceptions are the issues that can be handled. Example, null pointer exception, IO exception. Okay. So basically, errors are fatal and it crashes the programs, whereas exceptions can be caught using try-catch blocks. Okay. Now see. When we say errors are fatal and crash programs, which means error can also be fixable, but right now your execution of program will be stopped because of errors, whereas if you try, exceptions can be tackled while you code only. Okay, so it's like your program execution will not fail at any step if you handle the exceptions in a better way. That is the major difference between errors and exceptions. Okay, moving on to the next question. Can you write a code to find factorial of a number? So these kinds of basic, code based question can also be asked. So you should also know, okay, because yeah, it is very basic ones, right? So let's see what is the factorial of a number. Basically, factorial of a number is a number multiplied to up till 1. Okay, for example, 3 factorial is 3 into 2 into 1. In the same way, 5 factorial will be what? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, so basically, in this case, you can write a code in Java or any preferred language. For example, this guy was comfortable in Java, so he have written in Java. Let's see the code. So here is a class factorial, and then there is a main function. Okay, and here first of all, enter a number output is shown, and then a number is getting inputted. Then what is happening? We have taken fact equals to 1. Okay, and then for I is equals to 1 till I is less than equals to num value. For example, if you have taken 3, then 3 value. What we are doing, fact is equals to I, which means we are multiplying that number with our I. So I is initially 1, then 2, then 3. So in this way we will multiply that number with our number that we have as the input. Finally we will have our final factorial will store in the fact variable. So finally we will just simply print out, that is fact of factorial of, and then the number that we have inputted is, and then the factorial final factorial value that we will have. Okay, so hope you have understood it. Let's now move on to the next code. Have you heard about Fibonacci series? Can you write the code for printing and Fibonacci numbers? Okay, so guys, if you are not aware what is a Fibonacci series, it starts with 0 and 1, and then later on whatever the next term is, it is the summation of last 2 digits. For example, 0 plus 1 is what? 1, then 1 plus 1 is what? 2, 1 plus 2 is what? 3, 2 plus 3 is what, 5, 3 plus 5 is what, 8. So in this way it will continue to follow. This is only called as Fibonacci series now. Okay, now we have to write the code for this. Let's see how it is written. We have taken a class Fibonacci and a main function. In this we are scanning the input. Okay, which basically enter the number of terms, how many terms in the Fibonacci series you want. For example, if someone says I want a Fibonacci series only with the 5 digits, okay, so this much will be the output of that. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, so next is, yeah, we are taking the inputs, and then we have two variables, a is equals to 0, b is equals to 1, because I told you, right, the initial two digits will be 0 and 1 always, and based on that we will generate the next digits. Okay, then what we are doing is Fibonacci series. Okay, we are writing a and then b. Okay, initially we are just printing out 0 and 1, okay, here, which means in this line, and then we are running a loop which is from 2 to whatever is the size of our Fibonacci series. In this case it is 5, then 5. Then what we will do, c means the third character or the third digit. What we are going to do, it is going to be the summation of last two, which is a plus b. So it is going to be 0 plus 1, it is going to give 1, right? So system.out.print, and then we will print c. Right now, next what we are doing, now we are changing the values of a and b. So previous a was this, previous b was this. Once we got the c value, now in the next iteration what we will do, we will make this as the a and this as the b. So our new c that will be generated will be what, 1 plus 1, that will be 2, right? When we will be here, we will do a plus b, right? So new c will be this. In this way we will keep on moving our a and b value pointers, or you can say one by one, next step ahead, and this way finally we will get the output of the Fibonacci series, and we are printing on the go. Okay, initially 0 and 1 was initially printed, and whenever we are getting the digit, we are printing on the go. So finally, once our loop breaks, we will have the final output here. Hope you have understood it. Let's now move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is, if I were to write a code that does not accept 0 as the input, how would I handle it? Okay, so let's see this example. See here, what we are doing is system.out.print, enter a positive number. This will be shown on the screen, and then one input will be taken. And how we are handling this case, we are checking if the user has inputted a number 0, if the num is equals to 0, which means you have to print out invalid input, please enter a number greater than 0. Okay, and then we are running a do while loop. Okay, do this initially only. Okay, and then while num is equals to 0. So hope you understood this logic. Simply we are just telling the end user that please, whenever they are entering a 0, we are just telling them that please enter a number which is greater than 0. Hope you have understood it. Moving on. So any questions from your side? Okay, so usually this will be the question that you will get by the end of your interview. The interviewer will ask you if you have any questions for me. So I'm telling you some sample questions that you can ask in your interview to the interviewer. The questions can be, what are the key technologies used in Wipro projects? How does Wipro support learning and career growth? What challenges do freshers usually face in their first projects? Now there is a tip for that also. Always ask questions for whenever it is asked to you that do you have any questions for us. It shows interest and enthusiasm for the role that you are appearing for. And one more important thing, don't ask these many questions. Okay, you do not have to ask 3 questions. One question is more than enough. Okay, one question is more than enough. At max 2. Okay, 2 are allowed, but not more than that. Okay, because it should not look like you are over asking, you are like, it does not look good. Okay, basically one question is more than enough. I have given you some sample questions. You can ask any questions which you have in your mind apart from that. Okay, that is fine, but it should be decent enough and it should not make the interviewer feel awkward. Okay, that's you just have to take care of that. Let's look at this question that we have. How do you handle failure? So see, one of the possible answers for this question can be, I see failure as an opportunity to learn and improve. When I make mistake, I analyze what went wrong. I take feedback and ensure I don't repeat it. This helps me grow professionally. See guys, whenever these types of questions that are being asked to you, you should have like bit of pre-preparation. Okay, it should not be like you are thinking on the go and then it is wasting time. So that is the main reason that we are preparing these questions right now itself, so that when these questions comes in your actual interviews, you have some data to speak on. Okay, let's now move on to the next question. Why should we hire you? Again, one of the most asked questions. Okay, let's see what we can answer for this one. As a fresher, I bring enthusiasm, adaptability and a willingness to learn. I have a strong foundation in, you have to mention your skill set. Okay, like basically what you have to do is whatever the role that you are applying for, or whatever your technical skills are there, or not only technical, you can even mention your soft skills or your general skills which are important in the industry. Okay, then you can say I am eager to contribute to your company's success while growing my skills. Okay, so in this way you have to basically tell some good parts or good qualities about you. That is what they are looking for you, right? Okay, moving on to the next question. What do you know about this industry? See guys, like, whenever you're sitting for the interview, make sure that you pre-prepare about the company, because that is the most important thing. Okay. And if you don't have like any idea, or if you aren't prepared about the company, then you can say some generic things. Okay. Like, what generic things you can say? Okay, this company plays a crucial role in. Now you can mention some key aspects, or like latest technologies, like AI, machine learning, data science, because all these technologies are mostly used by all of the companies these days, right? So you can mention that. Then you can mention something about finance, healthcare, if the company is dealing in that. Then you can mention that I have researched recent trends and understand that the company focus on. Then you can tell, like, as I told you, trends like AI, automation, sustainability, inclusion and diversity. These are the most common trends that all the companies are following. Okay, I am excited to be a part of this evolving field. Okay, let's now move on to the next question that we have. How do you stay updated with your industry trends? See, one of the possible answers for this question can be I regularly read blogs, articles, watch industry related videos, and follow professionals on LinkedIn. I also take online courses and participate in discussions to keep my knowledge fresh. Basically, you have to tell them that you are like constantly learning and not sitting idle. Okay, you are like you are constantly learning and evolving yourselves and your knowledge. Okay, moving on. Let's see the next question that we have. What do you want, what do you do in your free time? Basically, in your leisure time, what do you do? Okay, you have to tell that. Let's see. I enjoy learning new skills, reading about, you can mention any particular area of interest, like you like reading about science blogs, or you like reading about a particular genre of books or something, you can mention. Okay, then you can mention and working on small projects to improve my knowledge. Okay, I also like engaging in activities that helps me relax, such as listening to music or playing sports. Okay, so basically your activities should showcase that you are learning something new and not wasting your time. No one will say that I like scrolling Instagram reels, right? No, why someone would say that? Because that is the total waste of time, right? So even if you are doing that, that is fine, but you have to tell some of the activities that is increasing your knowledge, right? So you can also say that I make capstone project. Okay, what is a capstone project? For example, if you are learning a technology, okay, then there are a lot of concepts in the technology. So capstone project is such that while learning those technologies, or while learning or while seeing the tutorials, you are creating a project side by side so that you can implement those learnings into your project. Those types of projects are called as capstone project. That is what we have mentioned here, right? And working on small projects to improve my knowledge. So in this way you have to answer. Okay, moving on to the next question. Are you comfortable working in shift? So guys, for these types of question, there is a rule that never say no. Okay, never say no. Don't consider that if you will say if you will say yes, that I am comfortable working in shift, then they will call you in and ask you to work in shifts only. Basically, these types of questions are general HR based questions. So these are asked to check your mental level. Are you even ready to go to that level for the company or not? So you should always say yes, I am flexible and willing to work in shifts if required. I understand that sometimes roles demands different working hours and I am prepared for that. Okay, see, after this interview, it does not matter, you might not even meet this interviewer again. So it does not matter that you have answered yes, so they will give you night shift project only. Okay, these are like general questions based on HR questions. So you just have to answer in that way. Don't overthink too much about these. Okay, so always say yes whenever this question comes to you. Let's see the next question that we have. How would you handle a situation where you disagree with your manager? Let's see the possible answer for this one. I would respectively share my perspective and listen to my manager's reasoning. If needed, I would try to find a middle ground while ensuring that the company's goals are met. See guys, whenever answering these types of questions, you have to be very respectful and you have to respect your leaders or your seniors. Okay, don't say anything that that reflects that you are not respecting your colleagues or your senior managers or something. Okay, so this is one possible answer that you can give for this question. Moving on. What would you do if you were assigned a task outside your expertise? Okay, so these kinds of you can say that these are not just HR related questions, but these can also be told as managerial rounds questions. Okay, because these are basically checking your management level skills. Okay, let's see, the answer for this would be I would approach it with a learning mindset, research about the topic and ask for the guidance from my seniors if required. I see new tasks as the opportunities to grow and learn new skills. Okay, so in this way you have to answer that even though the task is challenging or it is outside my area of expertise, but I will learn about it and I will try to improve my knowledge on it so that I get to gain more new knowledge about the particular area. Okay, moving on. What are your thoughts on teamwork? Okay, let's see the answer for this one. I believe teamwork is essential for success. Collaborating with different peoples bring diverse ideas, improve problem solving, and help achieve goals more efficiently. You can even say that, when we work in a team, we get to learn new concepts that we ourselves don't know, because there are a lot of people who are coming together and working as a part of one project, right? And then if you are stuck, then there are different minds that are working on a same issue, right? So the issue also gets resolved quickly. So in this way you can mention the advantages of teams. Okay, moving on. Can you work under minimal supervision, or if there is no supervision on you, can you work, or will you just be sitting idle and not doing any work? So you have to answer in this way. Yes, I am self motivated and take the responsibility for my work. I ensure that I understand the task requirements and complete them efficiently without needing constant supervision. So you have, whenever this type of question are being asked, you have to make them feel that there is no need for separate supervision on me, because I will do my activities or tasks with utmost sincerity. So there is no separate supervision. If you want, you can keep it, but if there is no supervision also, I will deliver the same quality of work that I deliver when supervision is there. Okay, so you can answer in this way. Moving on to the next question. How do you ensure accuracy in your work? Let's see the answer for this question. I double check my work before submitting it and follow a structured approach to minimize the errors. If needed, I also take feedback to improve the accuracy. Okay, so in this way you can mention if you are asked question about accuracy of your work. Let's see this question. How do you handle multiple deadlines? Okay, see, like many times it might happen that you might have deadlines, or you have to deliver your task within a specific time frame, right? So how do you handle multiple deadlines if there is given to you? Let's see the answer for this one. I prioritize tasks based on urgency and importance. I create a schedule and break down tasks into manageable steps to ensure that I complete them on time. Okay, without wasting times on unnecessary things, I will take the prioritized tasks first and complete them, and take the small steps, take them into small steps and complete it one at a time. Let's see the next question that we have. What do you value the most in a job? Okay, let's see the answer for this question. I value opportunities for learning and growth, a positive work environment, and a role where I can contribute meaningfully to the company's success. Now guys, for all these types of questions, you don't have to answer like very large paragraphs or very large answers. I would say 20 to 30 seconds of answer is more than enough. Okay, and if they want you to speak more on that, they will ask, but I would say that 20 to 30 second answer is more than enough, or one paragraph or just 2 to 3 lines of answers is more than enough for that. Okay, let's see the next question that we have. What steps do you take to improve your skills? The answer for this question can be, I take online courses, read industry related content, and work on small projects to apply my learning. I also seek feedback from mentors to improve. You can even say that I do certification if possible. Okay, I do courses, I follow tutorials, I create projects after learning few things. Okay, so in this way you have to tell that how you improve your skills, from where do you learn. Okay, let's see the next question that we have. How do you deal with monotonous or repetitive tasks? The answer for this can be, I try to find new ways to improve efficiency in repetitive tasks and stay motivated by focusing on the bigger picture. If possible, I also look for ways to automate or optimize the process. Okay, like basically, if there is any repetitive task, I will try to automate it so that my same manual work does not needs to be done and time wastage will be reduced. Okay, so you have to answer it this way. Moving on. How do you adapt to changes in the workplace? So you can answer it in this way. I stay open to learning and approach changes with a positive mindset. I take time to understand new processes and adjust my workflow accordingly. So if there is anything getting changed in the workplace, or a new workplace strategy is getting followed, then I will take time, understand, and take it with a positive mindset. Even though if it is hard or challenging for me, I will try to see the positive in that and see it, take it for a good only. Okay, you have to answer in this way. Let's see the next question that we have. What do you do if you don't know how to complete a task? Okay, so let's see the answer for this question. I research the task, look for resources, and if needed, I ask for the guidance from seniors or my colleagues. I also make sure to learn from the experience to handle similar situations in the future independently. You can say that whenever I encounter a new task, okay, so what new task or a tough task, I will take notes about it, so that going in future, if I encounter the same task, I can learn from my previous learnings, or I can complete the task from my previous learnings. Okay, or if I'm not finding any help or any articles, nothing over the internet, then I will seek help from my colleagues or from my seniors also. Okay, so you can answer in this way. Let's see the next question that we have. Are you open to relocating for this job? So you can answer in this way. Yes, I'm open to relocation if the opportunity is right and aligns with my career goals. I see it as a chance to grow both professionally and personally. So basically, whenever these types of relocation based questions or something is asked, you have to always say yes and don't say no, because that gives a kind of negative impression. If you say yes, no one is asking you to relocate now itself, but it shows your positive mindset and readiness towards the job. Moving on to the next question that we have. How do you handle feedback? The answer for this question can be, I see feedback as a tool for growth. I listen carefully, analyze the points mentioned, and apply suggestions to improve my performance. Okay. Moving on. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you found the video helpful. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Make sure to join me on Telegram and Instagram as well. You can ask your queries in the Instagram DM as well. And if you need any content, you can request it on our Telegram channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet to receive all the latest regular updates. I regularly post off-campus drives and preparation related videos for placements on my channel. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching the video.